what's up guys, it's N Squared Sports coming back with another video. Today I'm here with Tom, our golf analyst. How you doing, Tom?
Good to see you. Glad to be back.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me. Yep. I'm ready to go play if I could do that.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could. There's not really many courses open around here or anywhere, basically.
There's a few open, but it's just everything's shut down regarding golf. I cannot believe this.
Yeah, it's a crazy time. So I'm not going to post the other video we made about this. I'm just going to give you all an update because I never got around to posting it, and there's more information that has happened since then. So we're still going to go back over. So what is your opinion on the Players' Championship being canceled? Because that was a weird thing because they played one round and then canceled it after that.
That was really weird, and that was right in the middle of us kind of realizing there may be something bigger going on in the world, and you can't blame the tour. They're trying to do the best they can to do an event and keep things as normal as possible. So I feel like anybody could be a backseat driver or a hindsight, you know. It's just easy to look from the outside in, but it's hard to know. And I still know the next tournament's going to be the Masters.
Yeah.
I just know as soon as it's opened up, that's got to be the one that they play.
Yeah, so they had canceled everything up until the Masters, and now we know that it's doing more than that because they have now said that the U.S. Open is now postponed until later. They're trying to do that in late summer, so July, maybe August even. And that would mean that, and also the PGA Championship has been postponed until later because that was going to be held in San Francisco, and that's a pretty big area of the virus right now.
And that was going to be May, correct?
Yeah, May. So that's going to be postponed. And then the Open Championship was supposed to be played in July, but if they're thinking about the U.S. Open being played in late summer, they're going to have to move that back, or I'm not sure how they're going to fit everything in. But
I think a lot of it depends on how the different areas are handling it. Some areas might be, it may be okay in the UK then, and they could go ahead and play that. So I think everybody's kind of holding off on these July and August time periods. But they do have time if they want to move the U.S. Open into August. It's not the end of the world. I don't forget where that is this year.
Not sure.
Do you know where it is? The U.S. Open, which is a big one. It's I feel like the second biggest major for people in this country. It's the biggest major. The Masters is just the most glamorous. But that one is going to be played probably end of summer, and it will be locked in as soon as they free things up. So I'm thinking probably the Masters in May.
Yeah, the U.S. Open is going to be played at Winged Foot.
Okay, that's in New York. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Well, that's not going to go over so well. I'm not sure they're going to get that by August. And, think about it. These courses set things up for a specific course. They've been spending at least a year, if not several years, preparing major tournament courses. So the Masters is always Augusta. That one's probably going to be fine. When you're talking about San Francisco and New York, we're talking about big trouble because they've prepared these courses. It's not like they can move. Like the NBA could move to a different gym or city if they wanted to. PGA Tour can't move these. So they're going to have to be played, and I don't think they want to cancel the majors. The other tournaments, they probably would.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible that they literally just play majors for this year? Like, you think everything's going to be canceled to where they just play majors and don't play any other tournaments?
I know they want to play the majors, but I would think, right, once they okay things, like we're back to normal, which is going to be jobs and everybody working and doing their regular life, then professional athletes. Once they get things back to normal, I've got to think all the tournaments will fall in place. So I'm thinking the majors are going to take over other smaller tournaments that are regulars, and then they're going to have to keep the other regular tournaments where they were. So, I think the majors are going to be played, but these majors are typically a month apart. So let's say they can start playing again in June. Let's just make that up. Then that would mean the Masters in June, probably the British Open in July since it's already there, probably the U.S. Open in August, and probably the PGA in September, something like that. Because then you're bumping into all kinds of things, whether it's Ryder Cup, President's Cup. I totally forget what year this is, but I think it's a Ryder Cup year.
I think it's Ryder Cup.
So you're dealing with all of that. I don't even know where that is either. But I should know these things as a golf analyst.
Let me see.
The key being we're bumping up into the fall, and that's going to be a bit of a problem when it comes to the growth of these courses. They're keeping them in shape for the time they're playing them.
Yeah, here's one article that Golf Digest is saying the Masters in November, British Open in September, and then what do you do about the Ryder Cup? So they're thinking way down the line to have that. But
which would really be hard, I think,
crazy.
to do the Masters in November with the weather conditions. In Georgia, it could be really hard and just different. So they prep these courses to be ready. Yeah. We're in trouble.
Yeah. The Ryder Cup is being played in France this year.
Oh, see? All these places that we just don't know how they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. What do you think? Why can't they play these tournaments without fans? I know that was a thing that they were thinking about back when we first made this video. But now it's a little more serious. But still, what do you think about them playing without fans?
I think they could. I mean, it's not like my ideal as a golf fan, having been to golf tournaments growing up, but they could do it. Here's the problem. Any professional event right now probably looks really insensitive to what's really going on in the world.
True.
So it looks like, oh, you're going to go ahead and play all these golf tournaments while people are dying and getting sick, and all you need is like with 150 professional golfers around each other in the locker room, on the driving range with their teachers and coaches, and all of a sudden you've got an event, even with no fans, you've got an event of, upwards of 500 plus people on the grounds in one day. So it's not that they're as spread out as you think when they're practicing, when they're eating, when they're playing together and there's 3 of them in a group. It's just logistically it's hard. I think they could play, but then you've got volunteers that come in and work the tournaments. You're probably looking at close to 1,000 people that would have to be there. It's just too much. And then the TV haven't even talked about TV crews, bringing in TV crew. It's just, realistically, no. They're not going to play until we get an okay. And if we get an okay to say the world's going to go back to the way it was May 1st, then they could start planning this. But until anybody gives us a signal, everything stops, all sports.
Yeah, so we mentioned this last time, but I'm going to say it again. What do you think? Do you think all golfers, caddies, and officials should be tested for this virus? Because I still have not heard of a golfer or caddy that has it. So
I think all athletes, with being professional and having the money that they do and the resources, I think all leagues should test all athletes and just get it out of the way. That way we know who's got what, who doesn't, and we can just, go take a few weeks off and let's quarantine and get that done. And there's not this big cloud over their head. Otherwise, this could just drag on and people could wonder. Not as big of a deal for golfers because they are kind of they can be more away from fans. They can seclude the fans more. They can move the ropes back. They can keep the fans away if they need to, but in other sports, no way.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
what do you think?
I think they should be, but at the same time, I know I've heard you say before that the athletes are not the highest priority. Us regular people are more important in a sense that we have actual jobs that we need, and those athletes, golfers are a little different because it's based on how they play every week. Yeah. So they're a little different, but still, most of the golfers you watch on TV, they're set. But for the ones that aren't and are playing for, I know some of the players were in the Players' Championship. They were trying to play to get into the Masters, and I forget who it was. Yeah. I think it was Jason Kokrak or something. I think he was the one who he was saying he needed to play well at the Players to get into the Masters, and now he doesn't have that chance. Yep. So for guys like that, I think it's important for them to get tested because the sooner they can come back, the sooner they can make money. But for the main athletes that have endorsements and stuff, it's not as important. But I think it's more important for us.
But really, I'm anxious to see how we get back to going regular golf when I can play, when you can play.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Me neither.
Let's get to the Masters.
I know. I want to see it. I'm excited. I'm hoping Ricky Fowler can pull it out this year.
Yeah,
hopefully. Still hoping for him to win a major. I've been waiting forever.
Practice.
So. Anyway,
left-handed golf, Ricky.
Yeah, if you didn't see that, watch that. Him and Justin Thomas played a round of left-handed golf, and Ricky beat him. But they didn't shoot very well. But compared to what, using your non-dominant hand, that was pretty.
Shoot better than us. Yeah, that's right. Better than us.
So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for coming on the show, Tom.
Thank you, as always.
And, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.